Today, we're diving deep into what might just be Tesla's most ambitious project ever, the Optimus humanoid robot. We're going to separate the sci-fi dream from the cold, hard engineering reality and try to answer one huge question. Is this really the future, or is it just a very, very expensive magic show?
You know, when most of us see a robot, we think of a factory arm or maybe a cool toy. But Elon Musk, he sees a $10 trillion opportunity. And let's be clear, that number isn't just some wild valuation. It's a declaration. It's a plan to completely remake our economy and, well, our daily lives.
I mean, the ambition here is just staggering. The goal isn't simply to build a useful machine. No, the idea is to create something so revolutionary that having a robot in every single home becomes the new normal. We're talking about a fundamental change to how we all live and work.
Okay, so to really get a handle on this, let's start with what Tesla has actually shown us so far. Their big We Robot event, that was supposed to be the major debut for what Optimus can do. And honestly, this showcase was impressive. We saw Optimus robots dancing with people, serving snacks and drinks, even playing games like charades. Now, these aren't your typical factory floor tasks, right? These are things that need a delicate touch, a bit of social awareness. It kind of hints at a much bigger purpose. And that really gets to the heart of what they were trying to show us. This wasn't just a tech demo about motors and code. The whole point was to paint a picture of a future where these robots are our companions, fitting right into our lives as helpful assistants, and maybe, just maybe, even as friends.
But when you see a demo that looks that polished, you have to start asking some tough questions. You have to wonder how much of what we saw was the robot thinking for itself, and how much was just really clever stagecraft, what was really going on behind the curtain.
And this is where we get into the nitty-gritty, the reality of a technology called teleoperation, and the whole idea of having a human in the loop.
So on stage, the robots seemed so natural, right? They had these little human-like pauses and stutters. But here's the thing, it's those exact imperfections that were the biggest clue. This wasn't pure AI. The evidence points pretty strongly to human operators somewhere backstage, basically puppeteering the robots, and maybe even speaking through them. Now, this technique is called teleoperation, and let's be super clear, it's not some kind of trick. It's actually a vital step in the process. Think of it like training wheels for the AI. A human operator guides the robot through a task, and every single move, every decision, it all gets recorded as super valuable data. Why? To train the AI so that one day it can do it all by itself.
So that's the big question, isn't it? How does Tesla plan to finally take those training wheels off? What's the master plan for turning this remote-controlled puppet into a machine that can actually think for itself?
Well, the answer seems to be a massive AI training project called Digital Optimus. It's a team-up between Tesla and xAI, and its whole purpose is to build the software brain that will eventually power the physical robot body.
So here's the roadmap, laid out in 3 basic steps. Right now, today, it's all about human control to collect mountains of data. Then, all that data gets fed into Digital Optimus, which is the AI training engine. And the end goal, of course, is a future where the robot can act and think completely on its own.
But a leap in intelligence like that, it needs a serious leap in hardware. The plan is to use the next-gen AI 6 chip, which is supposed to be about twice as powerful as what they're using now. Think of it like this. That extra power could be the difference between a robot that sees one object at a time versus one that can understand a whole cluttered room at a glance. It's the engine that will actually run the robot's brain.
And get this, we actually have a timeline for this new brain. This powerful new chip, which is going to be used for both Optimus and the self-driving Cybercab, is set to start production around 2028. So that's the target for when the hardware really starts to catch up with the dream.
But look, even the smartest robot in the world is just a cool prototype if it's stuck in a lab. So how do you actually get it from the factory floor to your front door? How do you scale this thing up?
Remember that $10 trillion number we talked about? Well, here's the secret. It's not really about the fancy AI. It's not even about the advanced robotics. The entire vision, the whole thing, hinges on one word: mass production. None of this works unless Tesla can build these robots at a price the average family can actually afford.
So how are they going to do it? By playing to their strengths. They plan to use their unboxed manufacturing method, which is this super efficient, modular way of building things, and combine that with all the AI training data they're already getting from their entire fleet of cars. The goal here is wild.
Make an Optimus robot cheaper than buying a new car.
And if they pull it off, wow, the economic shift would be absolutely monumental. Just try to imagine a world where every single home has a tireless helper for cleaning, cooking, running errands, even just providing companionship. We're talking about a change on the same scale as the Industrial Revolution.
And that brings this whole incredible vision right back down to earth, to your own life. It leaves us with one last question to chew on, and this one's for you. If this technology really does arrive, if it's safe, reliable, and you can afford it, what is the very first chore you would hand over?